Appreciate it.
I apologize, my bad, man.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna do that night,
I'm just gonna say,
and it just totally blew it.
totally understandable. Totally understandable. Things happen.
Santa, what is your favorite color?
Blue on there.
Excellent.
Yeah,
You like blue.
I love blue.
How much do you love blue?
Well, it's actually my second favorite color. My favorite color actually is clear.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I was just doing a sound check.
Oh, that what it was?
That's all that was.
I thought we were getting into my,
I just, people are like really just all about the sound tonight.
yeah. My favorite color is blue. My people are saying.
I'll be honest, the next
Well,
person that
you're
says
sitting right next
anything
to
about the
the phone.
sound is getting escorted out the.
That's what I'm
door.
saying. That's what I'm saying. If I hear one more thing.
So, it is what it is.
So what you wanna do is. go
I've done
to my
everything we
live
can.
stream, Go to my live stream and watch my live stream on your phone, and then put one of them on the big screen so you can see it.
Right.
And of course, my
course.
lips probably won't be moving it the same way I'm talking,
Because
but.
some of you would seem to think that, like, I'm not gonna try.
Right now, what we're doing is we're actually
talking.
talking to our phones,
Uh-huh.
so it's gonna be a little bit. soft.
Barbara, relevant
Change
questions
my
is the questions you can ask.
system. I
Relevant,
tweaked
not
it.
drama
I
questions.
Change the dB level on the shotgun mic and.
Gotta clarify that, right?
Who else we got?
All right, we wanna
Like Wizzy, if I knew, and I would've brought my wireless mic.
get going.
Let's do it. Do we start with prayer and a pledge, or?
Prayer. Let's do prayer.
Father, we thank you for this day, thank you for this opportunity to speak to people around the world. Ask you, Lord, to help us answer the questions appropriately, honestly. Give me wisdom, oh God, in everything that we do here tonight. Give everyone here the blessing that you have for them. The people that are out there that want freedom, oh God, hear their voices as they cry out to you, and help us attain that freedom through the peaceful method that I believe you have called us to do. I will give you praise, honor, and glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Who's first? Just go around the room, one by one. Starting with you.
So, main question right now is, do we have a mission statement? Everybody wants to know what's the mission and what is the 1776 movement plans to do moving forward after today?
Cool, good question, I will read you something really quick. I gotta find it first. Where's the group? There we go. Alrighty, this will be on the website, which is, we've got the domain secure, and so now we just gotta build the site, so we'll be trying to work on, I'll actually start working on that tonight. 1776 Restoration Movement stands united peacefully to redress our grievances and demand our government restore rule of law, restore our constitutional rights. The fear of government becoming too powerful worried the founding members of our great nation, and they had the foresight to include amendments to the U.S. Constitution that guaranteed the people's rights and provided security that no future politician or president could ever take away or disregard. We the people have just forgotten the world power we possess. In the very first amendment of the 10 Bills of Rights, the founding members of this great nation sealed the fate of any future power-hungry group or individual from creating any tyrannical rule over the people. It clearly states we, the people, have the right of free exercise of religion, of speech, of press, right of the people to peacefully assemble, and right of the people to petition the government for redress of grievances. Congress is prohibited from infringing upon any of them. 1776 Restoration Movement Is that voice reclaiming the bullhorns from the scripted mainstream media and maniacal people that appear massive but are not representative of the whole, we the people. The nation belongs to us, and the 1776 Restoration Movement has drawn the line in the sand. We intend to shine the light of truth on the tyrannical and bring the people's grievances to the attention of everyone. Will you join us to preserve your God-given rights to defend our republic? That is our mission statement. And that will appear on the website when we get it up and running. That actually will start to appear on all the social media sites as well, just to give us an idea of what we're here for. We have the right to demand to be heard. And we are going to exercise that right. And if you do not believe you live in a tyrannical government or under a tyrannical government, just watch and see how they handle us. We are peaceful to our core, and we will remain that way to our core. And if they handle us as peaceful protesters, then it's not tyrannical. But as we've seen so far, the threats that have already been made against my CDL, against the impoundment of my vehicle, then I'm starting to get the gist that maybe it's not as peaceful as, or as representative as we think it is, so.
One of my viewers wants to know is there any plans to visit one or more of the dozen corporate or corrupt media stations in DC?
There's, what we're doing right now, we have very little money. We just started 4 days ago. And so finances are a big issue, obviously. To dovetail on that, we have a Give, Send, Go that we have established. We're just waiting for it to be, I don't know what's wrong with it. I've never done a Give, Send, Go, but it's telling me that it's,
Pending?
no, it doesn't say pending. What is the word they used?
I thought you said deactivated earlier.
It's not deactivated, it's closed.
Disabled?
Maybe it was disabled. There we go, my campaigns. Disabled.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, if anybody out there understands what that
We'll work
means.
on that after here. I'll compare it to what mine looks like.
Okay, but we do have a Give, Send, Go set up, it's just not actually active right now. So funding is, we can't go out and convoy every day, long convoys, doing certain things like that. I will tell you that the next couple of days, we are going to be hitting some of the smaller towns. We're gonna break up into 2 convoys. We're gonna go into these smaller towns. We have a rally planned here at, our site here at, where are we at? Bunker Hill. Here at Bunker Hill, we have a site, and we were thinking about going back into one of the towns and doing a rally Saturday. Somebody said, being Memorial Day, a lot of the places are gonna be full, so that we can't use it. So we've got a site, we're paying for it, why not just go ahead and use that site? So we're gonna get out and go all these smaller towns around here. There's a lot of small towns around here, and pass out flyers announcing what we're gonna be doing Saturday. We have a DJ that's coming in, things of that nature. As far as, back to your question, about hitting the media sites, they are a part of the corruption. There is absolutely no doubt about that. But as far as, going up into their spaces and getting in their faces, it's not really what this movement's about. They will cover us eventually. That's the whole point, is to get them to cover us. I don't think me going in and saying anything to them is gonna make a big difference. We stopped in front of Fox News one time and blared our horns for a while, and it didn't do anything, so. I'm not sure that that's gonna be a main push of mine. Right now, my main push is to try to see how many people are going to join us And honestly, I know that that's a tough call for a lot of people right now. Number one, the original convoy wasted a lot of goodwill. We addressed that back in Olympia. And well, after what happened on Friday, you know, it's further wasted a lot of goodwill, and a lot of faith was destroyed. And I respect that. I understand that. But here's where I stand on that. This is about our freedom. And there's nothing I can do about what happened. There was absolutely nothing I can do about what happened. Somebody posted on one of our social media sites, why didn't you just go on in? we didn't have any money, we didn't have any food, we didn't have anything. And when you're doing an operation like that, you've got to have things in order. You've got to have your ducks in a row. You know, we've got enough to worry about the nefarious actors that are going to be coming to us in the middle of the night, much less, you know, having something to feed people with. I can't let our convoy members wander through the streets of DC in that environment looking for food or looking for a bathroom or whatever the case may be. And so it was, you know, number one, it was stunning. I mean, it literally was like getting hit with a baseball bat. And number two was we have to, you know, there's times you have to fall back, regroup, replan, then move forward. And so that's what we're doing right now. I am so amazed at the group of people that are with us right now. It's phenomenal what they've been able to pull together in just 4.5, 5 days now. Absolutely stellar. I've never, you know, I've planned youth camps in the past, and we worked for weeks on getting those youth camps up and running. Weeks. And wasn't this close after weeks of what we're seeing here. So does that answer your question? I kind of went off some rabbit trails there, okay?
I think you did good.
Wizzy?
Sorry, I had to mention to somebody that there is no missing $1 million. It's gotten out of control with people.
Yeah. Do some of your people have a question that you want to address, or do you have a question?
You know, there's a lot of questions. I don't know how many of them are good questions because it's tough with people these days. I've noticed that when there's new people that come into the streams, you're having to do a lot of catch up. And you've talked about sort of what the goal is of the movement. You've talked about sort of a plan, but could you give, for the new people, a very quick overview in the sense of what is the movement in the easiest, simplest terms about? And what do you want?
I think a large portion of the American population right now knows there's something wrong. They just aren't as in tune with political happenings as some of us are, but they know in their hearts, they feel something isn't right in our nation. Well, what's wrong in our nation is that our government has become so big and so bloated and so nasty and so vile that they are literally right now trampling on our individual liberties. One of the ways they do that, guys, is they are doing what's called collective liberties. They put a group together and they give them special liberty, or they give them special rights, if you will. Whenever you take a group of people and give them special rights, you immediately trample on the rights of those who are not in that group. The Constitution does not do that. The Constitution gives everybody equal rights. And that's the way it's supposed to be. So that's just one of the ways that they're trampling on our individual liberties right now, is by, and that's purposeful. They're doing that on purpose. They're trying to divide us and make us fight with each other. If we don't stop that kind of idiocy in our government leaders, then none of us are going to have any rights. COVID-19 revealed the true nature of those in political office right now. It really revealed the nature of what they're about. My son, his job required that he have the you know what. And he done that to keep his job. Well, that's business. That business has the right to do whatever it wants to. No, that's not what happened there at all. What happened there was that business is controlled by the government. They have government contracts. And so the government comes in and says, okay, this is what we're wanting to do. You've got contracts with us. If you don't do it, then we're just gonna pull your contracts. Mike Lindell, his accounts were closed down during all of this. And not because of the pandemic, but because of other things that he was pursuing. Well, if you've got your money in a bank, I don't care if it's millions upon millions of dollars, and the federal government comes in and says, you know, you're FDIC insured, and this person is, you know, one of your account holders, and we think he's a nefarious actor, so we're gonna come in and we're gonna audit your whole bank. Well, that bank's getting ready to spend millions of dollars for that audit. Or you can drop this guy and then your problems will go away. Do you see how that's working? This is what our government has become. FDIC insurance sounds really good on the surface. Oh, if the bank goes under, the federal government will insure my money. Oh, that's what we want. That's what we want. No, that's not what you want, because every time the government gives you something, it's taking control of that part of your life. Okay, how many here were raised in a house with parents? They gave you everything, right? They had complete control of you. Not your mind, maybe, but my dad told me, I don't know how many times, my house, my rules. Well, that's because he was supplying everything for me. That's the danger of big government. If they are giving you, you know, we got people that they now live on their Social Security. That's about the only income they've got coming in. They're scared to death. They've been doing this for years. I mean, decades we've been seeing people, we need to control Social Security spending. Well, first of all, they should have left Social Security alone and stopped borrowing from it and not paying it back. Because if they'd have left that alone and let that grow, there would have been enough to take care of everybody. But they're politicians. They steal. Let's just be honest. And so now we've got people that are controlled by the government because the government is handing out their money to them. And it's a frightening thing. I get that. But that's how governments do things. They control people. So what we're wanting to do with the 1776 Restoration Movement is we want to restore a constitutional republic where everybody that is an American citizen has their individual liberties. You got to understand something about that Constitution. It doesn't limit us. That's what we've let them sell us the bill of goods on. We've let them make us think that the Constitution limits me. No, the Constitution limits them. It plainly tells them what they're not allowed to do to our individual liberties. Get that in your mind. Get that in your heart. They have sold us a lie, and we believed it. So we want that reversed. And that comes through education. We've got to educate ourselves, educate our friends, that the Constitution is about restricting their ability to take away my rights. They're actually supposed to protect those rights, not infringe upon them. So we want to see us return to a constitutional republic. Somebody got on the one of the social medias. I just read a lot. I don't comment a lot on it, but I read some of the stuff because I want to know what the people are saying. I really do want to hear what people are saying. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want to hear what you're saying. I'm talking to you guys, we've had, 2 or 3 meetings now. I'm asking them, all you live streamers, I'm asking them, what are your people saying? What do we need to address? Because I want this to be about you guys that are at home. It's not just about me. It's not just about the people in this room. It's not just about the people back over there at the campsite. It's about the people of the United States. I want to know what you're thinking. I can't come and talk to all of you, but I can talk to you. These are your representatives. The people that are live streaming here today, they are your representatives to me. And we have meetings with them. It's one of the first things I've done was meet with these live streamers and talk to them about where do we go from here? What are your people saying? What are their questions? So we want to restore a constitutional republic. This guy says, well, doesn't Santa know that we're already a constitutional republic? Technically, he's right. But that stop sign is supposed to stop. You're supposed to stop at that stop sign every time you come to it, right? Technically, do you always do that? No. And we've gotten into the place that we pull up, look both ways, roll on. That's exactly what the government's doing with the Constitution. They've gotten so comfortable with ignoring it that it's now become a problem for its citizenry. And then we've got to address that. We've got to be ruled by the Constitution. It is the law of the land. There is no other law. One of the ways that we're wanting to do that, one of the things that we're addressing as the 1776 Restoration Movement is restoring morality in America. And I've got a lot of kickback on that because a lot of people think that I'm talking about my religion. Well, I actually addressed that one on a Telegram chat the other day. Every religion on the face of the earth, every country on the face of the earth has a system of morality. There are some countries that have completely different religions than mine, but they still have that basic tenet of morality, of how we work with each other, how we treat each other, how we respect each other. Nature has its own morality. And I don't care what religion you are, there's a moral compass there somewhere that we have to find again. And we have literally taken the moral compass of America and thrown it out the window. And when you do that, what happens is we are a representative republic, which means the people in office, they represent us. And a lot of times we think about that and say, well, they're supposed to be speaking for us. No, they represent what kind of people we are as well. And if we are immoral people, guess what kind of representatives we're going to have? Because they represent us. They come from us, and we allow them that power. We allow them that position. So if we're immoral, is it any wonder that our representatives are going to be immoral? And why is that important? Why is it important that we have moral leadership or moral representatives? Well, immoral people don't care to trample all over your individual liberties. They're immoral. They don't care about anything like that. So we need people in office that respect that are moral people that will respect our individual liberties. And in order to do that, then we have to become a moral society again. And if you choose to do that through whatever religion I'm not here to push my religion. That's a completely different pulpit. That's not what I'm talking about. And so everybody gets all upset because they know I'm a Christian. They think that that's what I'm trying to push. And I would love for everybody to be a Christian. I would like for those people who say they're Christians to actually be. So that's one for you. I wished I was a better Christian, just to be honest. So does that answer the question?
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Okay, well, this kind of ties in. You answered some of the question here, but it says, what is the ask now? The mission has grown from being a mandate to a general Christian restoration of the land. So what is the demand now? And I'm going to tie that into, because I'm getting a lot of comments. Originally, this was about mandates. How do we tie in what you're saying into ending the mandates and ending the craziness?
If we return to a constitutional republic, the mandates will go away automatically because they are stepping on individual liberties which are covered by the Constitution. As far as becoming the use of the word Christian there, we were founded on Judeo-Christian principles. There is absolutely no way around that. That if you read the Constitution, they literally put, those are biblical principles that they put together in that. Why it's important that we understand that our liberties are given to us by God. It's very important that we understand that. Now, you may not believe in God, and that's fine. I don't care. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. But why we have to, as a nation, understand that the Creator gave us our liberties. Well, if those liberties came from anywhere else, then they can be taken by whoever gave them to us. If the government gives us our liberties, or if the Constitution itself gives us our liberties, then all you gotta do is change the Constitution and your liberties are gone. But if those liberties come from our Creator, only He can take those away. And guess what? He's not going to. So it's important that we understand where that comes from, the core of that, and why that's important that we understand that is that we've gotten to the point now where they've convinced us that they give us our liberty. No, they do not. It doesn't matter what law they make that steps on my individual liberties. That's not my problem, that's theirs. They done that. So when they come out and say, you have to do this and you have to do that, and it goes against my individual right, I don't have to listen to that anymore. They govern by the consent of the governed. That's us, we're the governed. They govern by our consent. You need to understand that. If they make a stupid law, if they make an ignorant law that violates the Constitution, we have the right to say no. For example, I'm hearing rumblings that the WHO may not be going to be voting on that. They're talking about pushing it back a little ways. I'm glad to hear that. But if they give our sovereignty away to the United Nations, I don't care. I do not care. They cannot do that. That is not their right to take away my rights. It is not their right to give away American sovereignty to a foreign entity. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. And Americans have to understand that and stand up against it. This is your country. It's not theirs. They're a very small part. You don't understand. We make up the majority. The people that sit on Capitol Hill, who fill Washington, D.C., who thinks they're our leaders, they're not. We have the power. The people are the power. And it's time that we understand that and get that. Is anybody complaining about volume now?
No, thank you.
They'll find something to complain about.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes. Listen to this. We just read this yesterday. This is the preamble of the Constitution. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. So that's what we're doing here. Let me make this abundantly clear. I'm not talking about overthrowing the government. The system of government that our founding fathers gave us is fine. The problem with it is those people who fill those offices are acting illegally. That's the problem. And until the American people stand up and say, no more, absolutely no more, then they will continue to act illegally. If someone comes into your house and goes through your refrigerator and steals your chicken out of the freezer and goes home and cooks it, and you don't say anything about it, the next day they come back and they get your pumpkin pie and they go home and eat it, and you don't say anything about it, the next day they come back and get your television set and they go out, they're acting illegally. But if you never stand up and stop it, that's really on you. So instead of sitting at home and complaining about how bad the government is, how about you join with us? And let's go to Washington, D.C. and declare our grievances, why we don't want this to happen anymore. Because they're not stealing your television set. They are. Because now you're working just to try to make ends meet. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but these people are going on lavish vacations, and you're just trying to get to Disney World for a couple of days and trying to pinch pennies, trying to make that. You know why? Because they're taxing you to death and not representing you. Do you know why we had the war with England to gain our independence? One of the things that we had was taxation without representation. Do you know what the tax rate that England was putting on the American colonies at the time was? 3%. Wouldn't you love to have a 3% tax today? That's why we declared our independence from England. 3%. I don't know what it's going to take to wake the American population up. You're sitting at home. You are literally struggling from day to day, from week to week. Your bank account is ending before your week is done. What in the world are you? It's not because you're lazy. It's not because of your work ethic. It's because the government. Look at your paycheck and think about how much better your life would be if you could keep more of what they took away from you. And what are they doing with it? They're wasting it. They've literally spent us into oblivion. Even with all the money they have taken from us over the years, they are $33 trillion in debt. You know what $1 trillion is? Let me explain to you what $1 trillion is. If you had, at the time Christ was born, I came up and I handed you $1 trillion. And every day from the day Christ was born until today, you spent $1 million every day. You still have money left over out of $1 trillion today. And there are 33 of those in debt. Do you understand? Are you getting it? And that's just what they've got on the books as debt. That's not the undeclared debt. You cannot run a home that way. You cannot run a business that way. And you cannot run a government that way. Because one of these days, it's going to collapse. And I'm going to tell you something. That day ain't far from right now. We are on the verge of financial collapse. We have to go before them. They're not listening to you. And if you're hoping for November's elections to solve this, I don't know what to tell you. If you think the other side's better than one side's better than the other side, somebody said the other day, they're just two wings on the same bird. Just for example, if you've got a lot of hope in the Republican Party, the Republican Party had the House and the Senate for 2 years under Barack Obama. They passed, I believe it was 6 bills to repeal Obamacare. 6. Of course, Obama's going to veto them. They do not have a supermajority, so it's vetoed. 6 times they put a bill on his desk for him just to veto. And then the American people give him President Trump. So for another 2 years, they had a man in office that wanted to repeal Obamacare. Anybody tell me how many bills they passed to sit on President Trump's desk? Not one. They could not pass one. When they knew it would be vetoed, they passed 6. But when they knew it would be signed, they passed none. What does that tell you about the grand old party? It tells me that all they've done during that 2 years was try to get power in the next election cycle. And the American people are like, oh, they're doing it. When they get a Republican in the presidency, oh, they're gonna really no. All they are concerned about is retaining their power. That's it. And what you got to be concerned about, and what you got to understand, is you have more power than they do. Did I address that question?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
You've answered all the questions I've had coming through and anything that I've been being asked pretty much
Well,
so far.
Make up something.
But I was going to say, well, okay, just to hit you up real quick. First off, everybody that was watching me earlier when I was over at the camp, they all wanted to tell you hello. They said that they miss you. They miss you on your streams. Angela Brewster said she'd tell you she loves you. They said that you would know what that meant. But anyway, I guess for me, one of the things that, and it's probably going to come from what a lot of the viewers have said as well. A lot of the people feel like we're not being transparent right now. How much more transparency do the viewers want? I'm not 100% sure. I know that I see a lot of stupid talk, people saying crazy things on chat all the time. And I try not to play into it in any way, shape, or form, and I try to get it shut down off my chats, whatnot. But I guess the biggest thing that a lot of people really want to know is why aren't we having full transparency with what's going on? Even though, and I tell them how infantile we are and everything like that, that we're still in our infancy, but they still ask the question, and I get it all the time.
If they're asking about this movement,
This movement, yeah.
then I can promise you that as soon as we get, all we're getting right now is cash donations, which are being recorded and stuff like that. But at the end of every week, I have called for those records to be released to the people. I want the people to know how much came in, what went out. I want them to know what it went out for. We're not even a week into it, so you gotta
Right.
give us a week to bring the numbers together. So that will be happening.
Okay.
That's going to happen. I understand that, and the reason that has to happen, I'm not ignorant. If I was from the outside looking in and I had sent in $50, $100, $150, $1,000, $2,000, whatever people have sent in, if I'd have been sending it in to the last movement and seeing what I'm seeing now and hearing what I'm hearing now, I'd be ticked off. And I would say, I'm done with all of it. I get that. I totally get that. I have absolutely nothing to do with that last convoy. I was just a leader. I wasn't a part of the organizers. I had nothing to do with the money. I had nothing to do with anything like that. My portion of that entire convoy came from California back to Washington D.C. or back to Hagerstown. That's where that entire route from California up to Olympia, then back to Hagerstown. That was my plan, all right? All I was trying to do was get that convoy built on the way back through there. And there was, that was, how do I say that? That was the fullness of what I had to do. I can't get the word to come to me that I want to use there. When that collapsed, there's nothing I can do about that. There have been some people that have wanted me to, this movement, to go after that movement. That's not what this is about. I am not going after that movement. I'm going after our freedom.
Right.
I hate what happened there, but I can't undo what happened.
Right.
I can only do what I have in the future for me to do. I've tried to take the high road with everything. I'm not that person that likes to get up and make slanderous comments about other people, about other organizations. I try my best not to do that. The only time I will do that is when they are personally attacking me and I have to defend my character. And so I have done that, and I'm done with that now. I've explained that, and if people want to still believe the other side, that's fine. I have no problem with that. That's your choice. I have done what I needed to do to clear my name. Our transparency, and I think a lot of people that are saying that, they're trying to cast aspersion on us. There's no way you can call for transparency 4 days in.
Right.
There's no way you can call for that. I mean, I've got my live streamers reporting everything we're doing. That's about as transparent as I can get right now. Up until this morning, we had spent nothing of the money that was brought in. That's the transparency. Up until we fueled up this morning, every bit of the money that was handed to us from the beginning, from that Friday night over in the parking lot over there, until this morning, we hadn't spent anything. That's about as transparent as I can get. And the fuel bill this morning was just under $1,300. So, okay, there you go. I'll give you our first budget analysis there. So that just shows you how much money it's going to take to operate this. As far as our mission statement and stuff like that, people are wanting us. I can't wave a magic wand and all this stuff appear. There's things, this started on a Friday night. It's hard to get things done during a business day when you got a half a day on a Saturday, and what you're most concerned about is getting these people fed. So we got through that. Now we're in a static location. We're here for a while. Things are going to start to smooth out. I can feel it starting to smooth out. And so we're gonna get things done. It just takes a while to build this, guys. I mean, if you think that we're gonna have this done in 4 days, 5 days, a week, that's just, you're being ludicrous. I mean, you're not thinking clearly. We are used to having, all of us here, even the people in the movement here, we are used to having everything that we need. I didn't think about when we pulled up to fuel up.
It's called thinking like a chatter. Everybody in chat thinks things just happen at the snap of a finger.
Yeah,
Right.
They don't realize, they don't have the reality of what it takes to do something like this. We watch BLM and Antifa riot for months and do their thing.
Yeah.
They go out for a couple hours. They don't go out for 90+ days.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, and you know, there's 2 days that, thank God for Rose, because she's my chief of staff. She's the one that keeps me on track. But 2 days, we have traveled for hours trying to get paperwork and stuff filled out and things like that was needed. And honestly, I've never done this. I've all the leadership roles I've been in, I've had weeks to plan things, weeks to pull people together to get things done. I will tell you this, and I think you've seen it at the camp, we are utilizing a lot more people. There is a lot of people doing different things now. We have people, and there's some people's not even there that are doing things for us, and it's just amazing. That's why we've been able to get this done so quickly, is because we're not keeping it to just these people right here are doing it and nobody else can do it. No, if you've got a talent, then you're going to be, and we find out about it, it's lassoing you in and getting the job done. It's about getting the job done and getting things out there. So we will be as transparent as we possibly can be. Because, and the reason for that is I understand the hesitation to even jump on board with us. I get that, but I promise you, our hearts are in the right place. We were just as disappointed and disgusted as the people at home are. We were just as hurt. I felt like I took a baseball bat to the chest. I literally, when they told me that we were disbanded, all I could do was stand up and say, "It's been a pleasure," and walked out. I was so stunned that that's all I could say. And then my anger built. and then I was sitting there in my truck. I pulled up and I was sitting at I went to the pilot up there first, and I thought, I'm going to DC tonight. And then I got a phone call that there was a bunch of people coming to the pilot to see me. I said, no, don't come here. It's a very small pilot. And I thought if 10 or 15 of them come out, this place is going to really interrupt other, drivers that are currently working. So I told them to meet me over next to the IHOP, and it wasn't 10 or 15 that came out. It was pretty massive. And so anyway, that all happened.
Good, thank you.
We'll be as, I promise you, I will be as transparent as I possibly can be. I'm not gonna hide anything from the American people. I am not a stinking politician. I'm a truck driver.
Good,
I come from where they come from.
correct.
I've not been raised with a silver spoon in my mouth. My daddy wasn't some big wig and some big corporation that bought me my position. Everything I've got, I've earned by the sweat of my brow. And I understand where the American people, I have lived from paycheck to paycheck. And I know what it's like when God lays on your heart to make a donation to something and you don't really have the money to do it. And you begin to think about, okay, if I do this, then I'm gonna have to let this go or that go. And so I get that. And that's why I hate to ask for anything from anybody, because you know who gives in those situations? It's the people that really don't have to give. The fat cats that's got all the money in the big bank accounts, they just sit there and laugh at us. But we will do our best to fight for your freedom in a peaceful way. I have to keep saying that because they're already blowing it all to pieces.
Well, I have a bunch of questions now.
Yes.
One at a time.
Santa.
All right, so one of the top ones that everybody's asking me to read is delegation is critical. Those on site don't have full bandwidth to effectively manage PR, social media, website, etc. Will they accept offers from at-home volunteers to help? Many have offered.
Oh, I didn't know that. What's the specific need? If you're emailing me, or, if you're sending me emails right now, I haven't checked my email since all this went down. I haven't had time to. But if you go on the social medias, those things are being monitored at a better rate than I can monitor. When I done the email thing, it was just me doing my thing. It wasn't that big of a deal. Now, people are probably hitting that email with everything in it.
I think he's talking more people that can do like computer resource stuff.
Yeah.
Because they have a better internet
Right.
connection, so like web
Yeah.
design, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Can be done remotely.
I call it that. Yeah, we got limited.
Right, so
access out there.
they're basically asking, is there something that people can do at home?
Absolutely. You don't have to be in the convoy for your, I'm sorry. Oops. I said the word.
The
You don't have to
restoration
be in the
movement.
restoration movement. You don't have to be physically here for us. I've got people that are off-site that are doing such things as that. We do have a person that has already given us a secured server for our webpage. Now we just gotta build it, and he's already got it all set up, we're secure and stuff like
Okay.
that. So he's off-site. So yes, if you've got some kind of talent that you want to bring to the table, absolutely.
So how do they get a hold of you? Just the email?
The best way right now is to go through our social media until we get the website up and running. And then and that's another thing that we're needing. We're needing people that monitor, like my email. You know, I would be willing to, it's a junk email account that I built just because somebody on YouTube said they wanted to send me some information. I'm like, you know, so if somebody wants to do that, I'll give you the password to it, because it's not really connected to me in any other way. But you can go through there and read those emails, and if there's something that, when I give that out, I started getting pictures of people's dogs and inspirational stories, and I love those. Normally, I love inspirational stories, and I appreciate the sentiment that they send that with, but you gotta understand, I've only got 24 hours in a day, and I really need to sleep at least 2 of those in order to function, and I can't do everything that I can't read everything that's sent to me. So if we can keep them to, something that's pertinent, but if there's people that want to help us in that area, what I would suggest is, if they can get that to maybe one of you guys, and you bring it to me, if there's somebody, you guys know your people better than I do. And if you got somebody that you feel like is, vetted and can, and I'm not gonna, here's the deal is, the danger in that is that we get some Yahoo in
Right.
here that's trying to destroy the movement, so I want somebody whoever handles my emails, it's gonna have to be somebody that's fully vetted, that I'm not gonna let some
Right.
somebody's making, and the people that are making the memes about me, thank you. Those are the best memes I've ever seen on social media.
I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous.
I never thought I would be the guy that was in a meme, but anyway, did that answer that question? Yeah, if you've got, once we get things up and rolling, our social media is actually doing pretty good right now. But, we need people to monitor those things and get the information to us. We have a system in the camp itself where we've got, I told them, I can't listen to everybody's, I want to hear what everybody has to say, but I can't. It's impossible. If you remember the biblical story of Moses, when he led the children of Israel out of Egypt, they got out into the wilderness some ways, and Jethro, his father-in-law, came out and he looked at him and says, "You can't do this." I'm just breaking it down into modern English. He said, "You can't do this." He was literally hearing everybody's complaints. He would sit all day long and listen to nothing but those people's complaints. So he said, you gotta break them up and put captains over some and captains over others and break it down to where these people handle the problem. At the end of the day, all they're doing is bringing the most weighty matters to you, the things that they can't, do and fix. So that's kind of what we got there. And I still got some that, I had a guy walk up and he said, should I get my stuff and take it into DC with us? Cause I live on the other side in Virginia. So when it's over, I won't have to come over. I'm like, why are you asking me that for? I don't care what you do with that, but that's the kind of stuff that still gets through. But anyway, back to you.
Okay, we touched on the mission statement, we touched on what the movement believes in, we touched on the transparency part. I think people are hurting now, what just went happened the last couple of days. People are wanting answers, but people are also hesitant to start donating to new movement. Can we touch on what's the plan? Let's be transparent. What's the plan for the next 2 weeks coming? What can the people expect from the 1776 restoration movement? I think that's what everybody's trying to pretty much boils down to. What is the 1776 restoration movement has planned to do within the next 2 weeks? Are they planning to just sit around the parking lot? That's one of the biggest questions. Are they gonna go out and act upon what was said on the way over here? That's the biggest question right now.
And I feel the same way, you know, and I understand, what I said a while ago, I understand how people are hesitant, I understand how they're hurt. You gotta understand, man, it wasn't just us that had this hope. It wasn't just us that were physically in the vehicles that had that hope. I don't know how many people all across the country come up, hug me, and while they're hugging me, I feel their body begin to shake as they're crying, weeping on my chest. I understand that. I get that. There's nothing I could have done differently. There's nothing I could do about that. I was told that that when we got there, we would do what I said we were gonna do. But I had no control over the organization as a whole. I had no control whatsoever. I was a very lowly part of that. They let me make the plan. They said that they would do the plan, and then at the last minute, they ripped the plan out and threw it away. Nothing I can do about that one. But this one, we can. You understand that I know you're hurt. I know that you have misgivings because of what just happened. But if we do not get the support we need, then we are sunk. I only had about $12,000. Now I've gotten some more in. Minion, who drove the yellow truck that was with us for a while, he done a fundraiser the other night on his Rumble stream and raised almost $3,000. That hasn't been, that's okay, transparency. That's now actually still sitting in my Cash App. Gotta get that transferred into my account. I'm waiting for 3 days because I don't wanna waste the money. You know, I want every dollar that was sent to go to the convoy, to the movement. I had a little bit of money in there that people had sent to me. It's all going. I'm gonna wipe that thing out, send it all in. It wasn't that much, it was $200 or $300 maybe. All of that's going. I don't care, I'm not in this to profit from this. I'm gonna talk about me, but that's where it's going. So we have probably about $15,000 now, once we, put all that into the account. I will say this, okay, it's good time to address this. Again, transparency. I have tried for 2 days to get a bank account set up. I went to, I don't know how many banks, but I am in West Virginia. My EIN number, all of that stuff is registered in Ohio. They will not set up an account here. The only place that would, I messed it up. I went on to US Bank and was setting up a business account through them. I was waiting on a physical address where they could ship the credit cards and the checks. And it didn't come in until about 9:30 this morning. So I went back on the website. Of course, all that's gone. So, not thinking about it, I went back on and started just rebuilding another account, not thinking that they've got all my information and they're seeing now 2 accounts being built, and they refused to accept it because they thought it was fraudulent, because there was 2 accounts being set up under the same person's name and ID and all that kind of stuff, and I have to go to a US bank in order to resolve that. There's not a US bank anywhere near here. And I don't know if it's worth it. I hate leaving. I've been gone for 2 days now, trying to get stuff done, and I hate to leave. And, cause I know the fear of the people there. You gotta understand, the same things that's going on at home, that's going on here. And when I pull off and I'm gone for hours at a time, just about every time I leave, I come back and there's something going wrong. And I'm not there, and it's not getting handled correctly. So here's what I've elected to do for the interim. I still wanna get this set up in the future correctly, once we have the time to get it done. But I have a business account that I've had for years. I've got some money in it. I'm transferring all the money out. I'm gonna leave some in there, but I'm gonna transfer the money out of that. We're gonna use that. It's Big Daddy Dave's Transport. That's the name of my company. I haven't used that for a lot of years. I've just been basically a savings account. That's what I used it for, just a savings account. I've been using my personal account for my business expenses. Stupid thing to do, I know, but I've been doing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use that account temporarily for the Give, Send, Go, all that kind of stuff, so we can get some funds coming in so that we can do the things that we're wanting to do. What we're gonna do over the next 2 weeks is we're going to do small convoys into the surrounding areas. Occasionally, we're gonna go into DC just to let them know we're still there, as money permits. Now, if the money doesn't come in, guys, if the money doesn't come in a few days, we just have to go home. There's absolutely nothing, we can't do it without money. So if the money doesn't come in, then the American people has lost faith, and that's fine. And I accept that. And if they lose faith and no longer want to support it, then we have to go home. But if the money comes in where we can do what we need to do, and we need people on the ground to pull off a protest as big as what we're needing, we have to have a massive amount of people. That's all there is to it. If we roll in with, we had 64 vehicles when we were getting ready to go in at 1 o'clock that morning. We had 60, I was going in. It was not the best plan, but I felt like if we went in, that the American people would see that we were serious, and they would come. I really did, and I still do. I still believe it. I believe in the American people. The American people, we're Americans, for crying out loud. We've always got it done. Do you realize that when World War II started, we didn't have a massive military, and most of our naval forces had just been decimated. A lot of them, not most of them, but a lot of them had been decimated. Some of our key components to our Navy was laying in the bottom of the bay. But man, when we came out, they stopped making cars, they stopped making refrigerators, they stopped making everything, and started making war materials. And man, we kick butt when we get together. That's the American people. And I believe that spirit still lives in the American people. I believe that's still here. I believe that the American people, when they see real leadership stand up and say, enough's enough. I've been waiting for years for this movement to start. I've been waiting for years for somebody to step out and say, let's take our grievances to Washington, D.C. in a massive effort to get their attention. I just wanted to be a driver in it. That's all I came out to be. You explain the rest. I cannot explain the rest. So for the next 2 weeks, to get back to your question, for the next 2 weeks, at least the next 2 weeks, we're going to try to build our awareness locally, because we're in a very, very friendly area. I mean, we got sheriff's departments here. We got your back. We're running extra patrols around your place. God put us here. That's all I gotta say. God put us right here where we needed to be. This is where we were coming, when we were coming from, when I made that plea to try to raise $15,000, this is the place we were coming. You get the 15, remember, 100 vehicles, $150 a piece, $15,000. Remember that? We had about 100 vehicles. It was $150 a vehicle. That's what they were charging here. They have since dropped that to $100 a vehicle. So this is where I wanted to come to start with. And somewhere along the way, they reverted us right back to Hagerstown, which what can I say? It's not mine. I'm just a little piece of it. And the Hagerstown people have been good to us, I'm not saying that, but I felt like we needed to be here, because we literally had worn our welcome out at Hagerstown. And, so now we're here, and I feel that piece of where we're at. So for the next 2 weeks, we need to build, we need people to get over their hurt. I know you're hurt, I know you're disappointed, I know you're disgusted, we all are, but we can't do that right on and on and on. And you can't let that, look, you can't let it take you out of the fight, and you can't let it take the fight out of you. You just can't do that. What is freedom worth? Is it worth getting over it and getting back in the fight? I don't know, you tell me, what's it worth to you? Is having your individual liberties restored at the place that they're supposed to be? Is it worth getting over this? I have done nothing but show who I am. I have not candy coated who I am. I am who I am. I'm fallible. I've got a little bit of a temper. A little bit. But I'm honest. And I think you guys know my heart. Especially you sitting in this room. I have never lied to one of you. And if I have misinformed you and I found out about it, I come back and make it right. I don't play that game. I believe in what I say. I do my best to live every day by what I say. And if that's not enough for the American people, I'm just the leader of this. This is not about me, though. I want you to understand that. This is not about me. If they take me out, somebody's got to step up and do it until it's done. That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter who leads this, as long as they're going to get the job done. Because guys, honestly, they're probably going to take me out at some point. Somebody has to step up and do it. And that may be you, whoever it is. One of the things that, and I've said this many, many times, one of the things that gave us the success we had in World War II was our soldiers were trained the mission, the mission, the mission. It wasn't about who was beside you or who was around you or what you had in your hands. You got the mission done. The German soldiers were not that way. It was a fascist country. So they were told what to do, and if they were not told what to do, they didn't know what to do. And D-Day happened to happen when a lot of their commanders were back in Berlin, and they fought valiantly, but until somebody's telling them what to do, they don't know what to do. We need people that just get it done. Rose is always on me all the time. You need to talk this out with some other people. I'm sorry. I just get it done. Let's get it done. That's the way I've lived my life. Get it done. Does that answer that question, Joe?
Yeah, so pretty much,
We're building.
go local for the next 2 weeks, and depending on the money that comes through, we'll make you guys will make the decision 2 weeks from now, that what's gonna happen.
Just to kind of explain where we're sitting. I just told you it was almost $1,300 to fill up the vehicles today. I was just over to camp before I came here, and they asked me, or I asked them, I said, who needs fuel in the morning? Hands went up everywhere. Now, it's not gonna be 1,300 because the big trucks aren't gonna need it because we can last longer. But trust me, if we went over there tomorrow and done it again, it'd be 1,300 or more.
Oh, yeah.
And we've only got 13,000. Or maybe 15,000, I haven't got it all figured out. I've got my cash app that I've gotta transfer out. I'll find out about that. So I'll let you know that next meeting. But, so let's just say that I can pull that money out in 3 days or 2 days now. Throw that in there, that's a total of 15,000 that's available. That would be available in the near future. So we've got that kind of money. That's not very many fill-ups. That's only about 10, 12 days of fill-ups. And if we're doing that DC run every day, you understand why I'm not wanting to go, I can't go to DC every day. number one, it's fruitless to go down there. We're not building anything down there, but if we go around here and we're passing out our flyers and we're generating people to come in with us, then now we're starting to build something. I'm not here, yet today was just to kind of poke them in the eye and say, yeah, we're still here, you know? But tomorrow, we have to build. We have to build, we have to build. We have to recruit people in, bring them in, get them ready, train them to go in, to go in and do what we need to do. So give us time, give us time. All I've ever asked for is grace and mercy. Just give us grace and mercy.
Hey, no offense, but, you need to.
When you start off that way,
Just saying.
it's
You
usually.
know, this
what
is
I
only
say.
the second round of questions, and people are stacking up on questions. They
Yeah.
wanna ask you questions, and you're a little winded, they're hearing you, but they wanna hear a little
Oh,
more
okay, that was
of the questions.
No offense taken.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, I've kinda got three, questions. One was back to that media thing. The gentleman wants to know if you'll even consider it, because at least being annoying to them might get us in the news, which would get us more national attention. Think about that, you don't have to answer. The other question was, back before you started asking Joe, you were talking about your lieutenants and your sergeants and stuff. Are there any way for people to contact them to give ideas, like going and talking to,
Social media.
protesting the media or something like that? Is there any way to reach them, for that? And then, which I wanted to touch on. And then the last one was,
One question at a time, sir.
Well,
the last one was, do we have any ties to the state level stuff that's going on that switched from TPC to the other organization now?
what other organization?
I don't remember what the name is, but they changed their name to a different, they're not TPC anymore.
There's a whole bunch of.
So a whole bunch of the state pages changed over, they're now another organization. I'll take that as a you don't know, so probably so far we don't.
I have nothing to do with state levels. I would, you know,
Okay.
there are state level, I believe in the state level convoy apparatus, the movement apparatus. If somebody wants to, you know, right now, I can't afford to take my time and build state level stuff right now, because we gotta build this one. Once we have a strong national movement, then we can take that to the state levels as well. And, but I believe in that wholeheartedly.
I'm in contact with them helping us, maybe,
Uh,
because they're already kind of established.
Well, the thing about it is how do I say this? One of the state level ran organizations was part of this organization, and I appreciate what they're doing now, but they never wanted to do what we're doing now either. They've already told me that they disagree with what I'm planning. And so, I mean, you know, unless your methods are the same, your message is the same, then I totally support it. Hit them state houses, absolutely, so.
Back to the lieutenants and the sergeants.
Social media, again, same question I had a while ago.
Because they want to know
Social
who
media.
they are to
Well,
contact them.
those people are here to advise me on things that are local. They're to keep the local people from coming straight to me.
Okay.
They're not really for the
Gotcha.
people outside of here.
All right.
But social media is where you need to go.
All right.
Next time, we need to put name placards in front of everybody, because the people that come in late apparently have no idea who Santa is.
That's a good thing. That's actually a good thing.
I don't know who the guy is either.
So anyway, I'm Santa. Thank you very much. You got a question?
No, it sounds like we're all getting the same exact questions on our live streams.
Anybody else?
Tune in, attention.
I did have one. Let me see if I can. So, if the movement goes as we would plan, so you're getting all the finances set up. We start getting donations here. Obviously, you kind of just set out some of your plan. We were going to go local. When would we plan on going to DC? When would you suggest, if everything went well, when we would at least be near DC, an approximate date, so people could start planning from, that live hours away that want to join us?
This is all contingent on what happens over the next 2 weeks, all right? I will give, this time, I will give a date. I'm not gonna, there's no reason to keep, they know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you on this date, we're going to, I won't give the time, but I will give the date. We will actually set a date. This is all contingent on, you know, if this organization is able to come together. Look, I want freedom, but I'm not married to this organization. Understand that. This isn't my baby. I don't, if this organization doesn't come together, then we have to accept that the American people, we have burnt them so bad with the past organization. They have been burnt so bad that they are no longer willing to support it. If they're not willing to support it, folks, there's nothing we can do about that. Absolutely nothing we can do about that. And we'll have to close it down, and we'll have to go home. And if that's what the American people so chooses to do, then they have that right to do that, and I understand that. I will retire peacefully. We'll all have a good cry on each other's shoulders, and we will go home, if that's what the American people want us to do. And I'll go back to work, and I'll wait for the next organization to rise up that will handle things correctly from the beginning and do it right. I would like for this to be that organization that does that. I believe we have the apparatus in place to do that. I believe we have the people in place to do that. And, but do the American people believe that? That's, look, I only have a limited amount of dollars myself I can donate, you know, and trust me, I'm pretty close to being to that amount. And, so I can't fund it on my own. This has to be the people that do this. And if the people choose not to, then we'll just have to go home. So.
I think you've pretty much answered stuff. I'll say one, what are you prepared and willing to do outside of driving in circles to advance your message?
Don't think we've been driving in circles today. Everything we're doing is strategic. It may, if you don't understand what Bush says, strategery, if you don't understand a strategery, if you don't understand strategy, then I don't know how to explain it to you, you know. The people here needed today, they needed to go down there and give a little
Honk.
honk, middle finger. And they loved it. The people that were here, these people were fired up when I come back in. And said, I came in as they were coming in. They were doing laps around the parking lot, horns blaring, and I mean, it wasn't just Big D doing donuts today. Everybody was doing donuts. They needed that. That's what that's about, guys. It's about morale. We have to keep morale up. That's why I sent them in. I knew, I've been in DC, that's exciting. But there's, you know, that's part of the reason I sent them in. We have to have morale. And I told them at the evening meeting tonight, which was very short because I had to run out to come out over here. I told them, I said, you know, it wasn't really, outside of building morale and excitement in the camp, it really wasn't productive. That's very productive, but as far as advancing our cause, it's not. So tomorrow we're going to start being productive, really productive, and building the movement with people, bringing people in. These people are just a few miles away from us. They can easily come and join us and do what needs to be done. Let me tell you something, guys. When we go into DC, 64 ain't gonna cut it to get it done. But we're going in, and we're gonna show the world how nasty these people are. But that's all we're gonna get done. What we need is about 200 to go in, and we need about 1,000 that do not go in, but they hang on the outside. and they wait for them to jackboot us. And then they roll in. See what I'm saying? And then the next wave rolls in. And then the next wave rolls in. We have to have tons of vehicles. We need people. We need to fill DC up. Somebody told me the other day on my live stream, he said, and he's a good guy. I'm not saying anything about that. He's totally for us. But he said, what you're asking for as far as millions of vehicles in DC, he said, it's a logistical nightmare. He said, you can't logistically make that happen. I said, brother, you still think it's a rally. It's not a rally, it's a protest. I said, how you do that logistically is you drive down the street till you find a street full of patriots that have stopped their cars, and you pull up next to the closest one, shut off your car, roll down your window, and have a conversation with them, because right now, you're in the protest. It really doesn't take a lot of logistics to make that happen. It's time that DC knows that the people are fed up with their nonsense, and we're showing up to redress our grievances with them. That's all this is about. If you bring a gun into this, if you bring a knife into this, if you come here with violence, please stay away. You're an enemy to the cause. You're flat out an enemy to the cause. This has to be done peacefully. It can be done peacefully, but they will ignore us as long as we let them ignore us. And we skipped over you. This will be the last question.
This guy here is in Indiana, and he wants to know what happens when there's the first sign of failure of what it is that we're trying to accomplish. What would be the way to go around and to get out of that position?
As far as failure,
If we experience some type of failure, yes.
if it's, again.
Because we know the TPC failed.
Right.
So,
Again, if the money runs out, there's nothing we can do. There's absolutely nothing we can do. If when we begin to shut this one down, if we have to shut this one down because of failure, it will be shut down with full transparency. But if we can get the support, the people here, the finances in order to do it, the failure will be me having not speed on my head by a billy club and my truck in an impound yard. That would be, that's the failure that I will accept. That's the only failure I will accept with a glad heart. Any other failure but that will be, it'll kill me. Because I know that after that failure, we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble. I'm not here because I want to be here. I've not seen my family for any length of time. I went home for one day and spent with my son and my grandson. My granddaughter didn't get to see her. She was at her other grandparents' house. Didn't get to see my granddaughter. I didn't even get to see my mom. I've been out for, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 weeks today. 12 weeks today I've been here. 12 weeks I haven't made a paycheck. And you ask me if I'm serious? Have you lost your mind? Am I serious? 12 weeks away from my family? 12 weeks without a paycheck? You think I'm here playing games with people? I'm dead serious about this, guys. Because I know that behind, I'm a peaceful man, but behind, if this movement fails, what comes behind that is not peaceful men. It's not peaceful men.
Can I do one last question, please,
Yeah.
real quick? Do you have a date of when you will release the date?
Let me see what happens over the next few days. Once we get our funding up and running, I can't do anything until I realize if the American people are gonna support us or not. I don't know that.
From what I see, and I think most of us probably agree, people keep asking that, so I think they will support.
I believe in them. I believe in them. I do. But I can't start spitting out dates until I'm a cautious man. It may seem like I'm not. It may seem like I'm a, Wild Bill Hillcock, I'm not. I'm a very cautious man, very leveled, very strategic. Everything I do, I want it to have a purpose. Even when I raise my voice and get loud with somebody, it's strategic. Now, when I get passionate, that's different. When I'm talking about something, I get passionate, that's different. That's straight from my gut. But if I'm in a, we were all together the other day, and a young man had 2 times interrupted our meeting.
Right.
I'm not gonna put up with that. The only way he would listen was if I got loud with him. And I actually had to stand up. I'm pretty much in control of myself. I worked in a prison for 15 years, for crying out loud. I'm outnumbered, what was that, almost 3,000 to, on a shift, maybe 60 officers. You learn how to control yourself pretty quick at that point. Because when you're outnumbered at that, that's worse than the Alamo, so.
Last thing, so we'll keep getting this because I think people are coming in late. So we'll have a link to donate to probably by tomorrow once we get that Give Send Go set up.
If we can get that figured out tonight, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, guys, there will be a Give Send Go that we'll share with you as soon as that gets set up.
yeah.
Just to elaborate on the last question he did, he asked, do you have a set of number of people that I know you mentioned 200 and 1,000,
No,
but
I don't have it set.
you don't have a set number? Because they keep asking if we get that number here, will we go in that day? I mean, there's still people with hope out there, but the biggest issue I see right now, and it's not to be offensive to you whatsoever, people are seeing the same cycle as what happened with the first convoy.
Tell them it's day far.
Yeah, I mean, day 5, but it's a carryover from the vehicle for the
They feel
viewers.
it's
For the
not.
viewers, it's a carryover. For us that are here physically, it's not a carryover because we could see what's going on.
But that's our job to relay that to them too.
Well, let me
It's-
just-
he-
let me
But
just
they
address
want to
it.
hear from him, not from us.
Let me just address it.
True.
You cannot expect us to be able to do what we had been doing before, because we had nothing. We still don't have a reefer trailer for donations that have to be refrigerated. We had, we got and I know it sounds like, and it is a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? If it was in my bank account, it would be a lot of money, but when you've got the expenditures that we have, you gotta think, larger than that. I'm not a small thinker, by the way. I don't think small, I think big. So when I say $1 million, $2 million, that doesn't mean that I have to have $1 million, $2 million to do this. That's what we need as a nation. And for the life of me, I don't understand why people wouldn't come at this time when we've got this opportunity. The time is right now. We feel it. All of us are here because we feel that. And I know people at home feel that as well. But if we had 200, honestly, if we had 200, I'd really seriously consider pulling the trigger right then. Because we can make a big difference with 200. We can make a bigger difference with 500. You see what I'm
Is
saying?
it 200 vehicles or 200 people?
200 vehicles.
200 vehicles.
Yeah, I wouldn't pull it the next day, because again, there's gotta be strategy and all that involved, but it wouldn't end pretty soon. I don't wanna mention names and times, but, be very, very close to that, that number getting that, very, very close.
Thank you.
I thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. I'm not gonna shy away from hard questions, and I get it. I get why they have the hard questions. I've got the hard questions too. I just wish they had better answers to those. I don't know. I don't know about what, I know what I was told, knew what we were told we were gonna do. It didn't happen. Okay, it's a failure. we can wallow in the failure, or we can get back up and do something about it. My heart's still here. My fight's still in me. It hadn't abated one bit. I just don't have the mechanism to get done what needs to get done. When I have the mechanism, if you guys will trust me, and not just, it isn't about me. If you just trust yourselves, yeah, this is gonna be a whole lot different. Because we don't have that big bloated, we don't have that big bloated mechanism that's controlling it, you know? That's why, and a lot of people got upset because I said, I'm the leader. You understand why I said that? I don't want that again. I've got great people that are advising me, including the people in this room, that are advising me. I'm not a tyrant, am I? Have I come across a tyrant to any of you? I want information. And that board that we have, or not board, but that group that we have that are, giving me the information that's needed and things like that, that's gonna change. Some of them people have to go home. Some of them, some more will be added. You know what I'm saying? I want all the information I can get, but I can't handle it from every portion of the globe, so. I enjoyed this. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance to address the American people. You guys are the new media. That's all there is to it. You guys are the new media. And I appreciate every one of you.
Can I pray us out?
What's that?
Can I pray us out?
Yes, please.
Heavenly Father, we come to you, God, and we just ask, God, for the American people to listen to you, Lord, to listen to where this country is, to listen to what has happened to our nation when this constitutional republic should be such a strong nation and a government of the people and by the people and for the people. Listen to your neighbors, listen to the moms in your mom's group, the people in the church. What are we all complaining about? It has a lot to do with what's happening with our government. People are losing jobs left and right. God, please help us remember these are our people. These are moms, dads, grandmas and grandpas that live down the street from us that are just like us. The firefighters that are thousands at a time ready to lose their jobs because our Constitution isn't in place, because our Constitution is being overlooked. What about the military men and women who have served this country so well, and they are being let go by the dozens? Nurses, doctors who don't even know if they will have a job tomorrow. This is America. What are we letting happen to our country on our watch? Lord, please allow us to understand. Allow us to realize and understand how important this is, how crucial this moment in this time in our country. This is not happening in another country. This is not happening to someone somewhere else. This is happening to us, to the American people. This is not happening where they've had years of war-torn terror in their country. This is not happening to a nation that has been a third world country for decades. No, this is the mighty American government. And this is happening to us, to our brothers and sisters, to our moms and dads, to our children. to our children. Lord, please help us remember that we are responsible for helping those who cannot stand up for themselves, for helping those children who will inherit this. This is what we're going to give them? Please, Lord, help us. Help us understand that this has to happen now, in a peaceful way, in a way that we can make a difference in our time for such a time as this. Lord, please help us remember that we need to pass down the goodness of this land, the blessing that you've given us, God. You've given such incredible blessings here. Yet now we're looking at our freedoms being taken one by one. Our freedoms. Speech, religion, our freedom to protect ourselves with whatever weapon we choose. Lord, we need to be able to have our freedoms that you've given us, God, to protect our families. Even if it's just in a word, or going to pray, or standing up in front of our homes because our children are right behind us in that room playing on the ground, on the floor with their mama. Lord God, help us remember this country was founded on these principles, these great principles in this Constitution that you gave our forefathers, God. Help us remember how unique and incredible this government is when it works well, when people are not subverting the Constitution and taking advantage for their own gain. Please, God, help us remember that this is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And we, the people, need to stand up. We need to reread the Constitution. We need to get that copy if we don't have it. We need to educate ourselves. Educate ourselves on what is lacking. God, please help us remember we've been given so much, entrusted with so much. And we, as men and women of America, need to stand up and not hand down some horrible excuse of a government and a constitution that is failing. We need to stand up and get things back in place. Redress those grievances just like it says we can do in the Constitution. We need to be our government. We need to stand up and say, this is ours. If you can't handle the job that we've given you to do, then we need to say, this is ours. We will handle it. Lord, please help us to be strong and bold Americans. Help us to remember, even if we're in our senior years, even if we're older than most of our years have already gone. Lord God, help us remember America is such a unique place. That Constitution, our government, unlike any other government in the entire world. Help us remember, young and old, it is worth fighting for, peacefully protesting for, standing up for, being available for, taking your vacation for, getting your savings and helping for. It is worth it because it is your country, your government, your constitution. It is your children's inheritance in this land and your children's children and generations to come. And we need to stand up. Please, Lord, help us remember we are put here at this time and we are responsible and need to stand up. Young and old, rich and poor, male and female, we need to stand up and fight this fight. Thank you, God, for giving us such blessing here in this United States. Lord God, thank you for helping us remember who we are as Americans and that we don't roll over and just let it happen to us. Thank you for making us a bold and courageous nation and for having men and women from all over this country come and join us. I thank you, God, for what you are about to do in this movement, and I praise you, God, for giving us such a great nation. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, guys.
All right, folks, we're going to end this live. Thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for asking your questions, being patient, dealing with the trolls. Thank you.
Some of the questions.
We're going to have,
Questions.
again, it's going to be transparent. We're going to do this probably once a week, something like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed
That
the,
was down to, I
That-
thought was more important to ask. Well, there's many questions in there.
okay, so,
It's Rose.
Yeah.
so thank you guys.
Back to you.
Again, I'm going to,
Um,
hey, look at that.
back to me.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, but again, guys, if you wanna help donate to the cause, for me to be here documenting this and to continue the live, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Oreo Express. You can go to Zelle or your bank transfer, your bank app, and transfer to OreoExpress.com, and go to our website, OreoExpress.com, and it has all that information.
I'm gonna take
Thank
2
you.
days off for myself.
God bless you.
And then head over to DC for the weekend and cover going to Remembrance now. Fireworks class, I can't do fireworks here. We're currently in business. After Sunday, Monday, I'll be starting to head home, guys.
Thank you all who are here.
I'll be going home
I'm gonna
if it's.
I'm gonna go ahead and close out now.
Once. it's
Oh, well, actually, I wanted to read some of the chat, so I'm gonna hold on for a minute.
Moved on to things.
But yeah. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna go sit in my truck for a minute. It's 10:20. Jeez. But at least go tell him bye real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and head home.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I didn't have
thank
you on that
for
list.
Yeah, thank you for getting in touch with me, Eric.
Hey, buddy. How
Nice
you
to see
doing?
you guys. Good. Well, thank
Still
you.
live?
Yeah. I still have.
Hi, guys.
Hey, it's Eric, the mechanic, guys, and of course I'm standing here with Santa,
You've seen enough of me.
and we got these other streamers that are here, Oreo and the Black Conservative Preacher, Wussywig,
Who are you?
Joe's in there.
and Joe. Yeah, well, everybody knows first responders. Everybody always talks to me about first
Everybody
responders.
loves Joe.
Yeah. Well, they wanted me to give them a big old hug too earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they. Well, I was sitting over at the camp, and they started telling me that there's something
Everybody's
going on in the hotel. And they're at like a Marriott or something. They're telling me, and I'm like, well, there's no Marriott's in Bunker Hill, so I don't know where they're at.
I'm so glad they said something. I'm like, oh, I get him. I got his number.
Well, when they kept telling me, they kept telling me, I was like, well, I really don't know who to talk to because I was waiting for Orio's car and I didn't see him come in. I was waiting for Whiskey, didn't see him come in, didn't see Joe come in. I'm like,
Well, I've got you on the
and,
group.
and
The
I was
group
like,
text
you know what?
now.
I got that man's number. I'm going to call
I'm
him
glad you
directly.
did. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, so
I'm glad they told you.
yeah, because when we were, when I was there when the convoy came back, and I was on my laptop and I held it on the windowsill of my truck.
Yeah.
And they got to see everybody rolling in, and then they got to see D and everybody doing their circles and stuff. They're like, man, this is so cool. Yeah, a couple of them even said, it brings tears to my eyes to see this, that people are excited like
Well,
this.
I mean,
It was very
they
cool
came
to see them come in.
They were fired up.
Weren't they, though?
Yep.
I know, I felt the same thing.
Yep.
Oh, a lot of people have asked me, why am I with Santa?
Why are you with Santa?
Why did I come to Santa? Because people had seen me at AFC. I wasn't able to stream out in the open like I'm doing right now with you. I was only on laptop. And a lot of people were asking me, why am I with Santa when I was with AFC? And I said, well, necessarily I was never with AFC. It was just those were the people that were left behind at the point that TPC left. I was part of TPC. I'll always be a part of TPC. There's nobody can ever take that away from me.
Right.
I'll always be a part of that TPC.
That is indelibly imprinted itself
Yeah,
in our psyche.
even it might leave a bad taste in my mouth, I'm still part of TPC. So I also stayed behind because I've been with Christina and those guys the whole time here. While you guys took off, went to California, made your way back. On your way back, we were pretty excited. All my streamers were excited. We were all very excited that TPC was coming back. The unfortunate thing that occurred, well, of course, it affected everybody that was involved, as well as everybody that's involved financially.
Right.
Those that donated. And that's one of the big concerns that I keep hearing on my live streams is, what about the money? Well, the money's only going to be spent when we need it and for what we need. It's not going to be spent just because we got it. We've got things going on. I've explained to them that we've got a new strategic plan that's coming with this movement as opposed to what we saw at TPC. We're not just going to be making loops around the Beltway. We're going to be going and we're going to be doing different things. I told them about our little rally that we have coming in on Saturday. So anybody that wants to join, because I've got a couple of people that are here local. As a matter of fact, Buffalo Bill will be back.
You're welcome to come out. Please do.
Yeah, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Buffalo and them will be back this weekend as well. She was on my live stream earlier, and she was one of my mods, Buffalo Wifey.
Okay.
She was one of my mods when I first started.
Okay.
Yeah, so and we got to meet here, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, but
It's
anyway,
cool to meet your mods.
I know, right? It's very
I've met
cool.
a few of them. I met one in California.
Jan Mama or Mama Jan?
No,
Does
it
that
was,
ring a bell?
I believe it was it Georgia Peach I met out there?
Georgia Peach has also mentioned you in my
Yeah,
in my stream.
I got some great mods. I love them, man. They just tireless.
Well, I had a lot of misfit toys in my
Oh, did you?
stream this afternoon. Yes, I had a lot of misfit toys in my stream this afternoon,
You gotta watch them.
and they were all telling me, when you see Santa, make sure you tell them that. And it was like Mama Jan or Jan Mama, something like that. And it was Angela Brister. She's one of your mods, and there was several of them that came in. Be Kind, I think, is one of them, maybe, or something about kind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do with your stream?
I'll get it. I'll get it. Oh, yeah, sure thing. Let me go sign off of that.
Okay.
So they can,
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go too because I got to go to work tomorrow.
All right.
But I am going to be available every evening, and come Friday afternoon, I'll be here till Monday night.
Okay.
So
Sounds good, brother.
hopefully we'll get to do something. All right, Santa. We'll talk to you. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, there you go. See you later, Chris. Bye, Rose. There's Rose over there, guys. Everybody tell Rose bye. We'll see you later, Chris.
See ya.
We'll see you. Yep, thank you. I live right around the corner. So yeah, guys, there you go. And I think that was pretty good. Sorry, scratching in Indiana. I didn't say hello, but hello. I did see you in the stream, and yes, I did not want to speak during the people talking because there's a particular individual standing next to me or sitting next to me that dislikes me because I was talking the other day when Senna gave us that speech at the pavilion, and yeah, he was looking down his nose at me, but that's his problem, not mine. But I wanted to be kind and polite like I normally try to be, and not say anything so that he didn't feel like I was trying to impede his stream. Yeah, he's one of those touchy guys. So I try to respect people that have different viewpoints. It may not coincide with mine, but that's fine. That's what being an American is about. Difference of opinions and still being able to associate. Give me 1 second. I gotta do something. I guess I really do need to figure out. I know I'm on Market Street or somewhere. Let's see, Route 11. Well, I didn't come by 37, so I should just be able to continue heading down Route 11. As a matter of fact, you know what? It is right over there. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at now. I just figured it out. It just dawned on me. But yeah, so thank you all who are here or who are here right now. I've got more people on now that the meeting's over, but that's fine. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for taking the time to come and spend a little bit of time with us. Why do I get the impression there might not be an outlet down here? But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out, and yeah, there's no outlet down here, just as I thought. And listening to what Santa has to say, I'm sure we're probably going to be having these round tables, maybe not more frequently, but often enough. But for those of you that have not heard or don't know, I'm Frankie Bobby, live streaming our 1776 restoration movement. Our 1776 restoration movement. And I've been a part of the convoy, or what was the convoy, for from the time that they arrived here on the East Coast, Hagerstown. Started with them March 4th, which was that Friday. We carried on till for me, March 28th. I believe they left April 1st or April 2nd. It was that Thursday after the 28th. Let's see, 28, 20, 28, 29, 30, 31. So they left March 31. Sorry, my bad. Oh shoot, I missed that sign, whatever that sign said. Okay, here's 81. No. Okay, I do know exactly where I'm at. That road right there, Red Bud, was mentioned right there, Red Bud Road. That is the back, or not the back way, but that is the way that Waze Maps brings me home. in the evenings when there's a lot of traffic on 81. Because that's the 81 exit that I would normally get off of right there where that tractor trailer's pulling out of right now. But this little road here runs alongside of it. And yeah, that's why I was able to figure out kind of quickly where I was. Because I've never really gone that way north on 11. Oh well, whatever. But anyway, so yeah, I'm headed home. It's a little bit late, 10:30 at night. I don't like to go to bed this late because I don't like to be tired for work the next day. And I do have work tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow. It's Thursday. And then Friday we're getting off a little early. So I'll be able to be out with the movement a little bit earlier than normal. Well, depending upon going home, showering and everything, get prepared. Getting prepared to come over here. And yes, you're hearing me yawn. Like I said, I'm tired. It's quite a bit past my bedtime. But yeah, so I'm going to head on to the house. I'm probably going to go ahead and let you guys go. I thought about going through and trying to read some more of the chat, but I'm going to go ahead. I'll replay the chat later on. That way I can see it. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the comments, questions, the things that were being said. There was a couple of things that I didn't agree with that were being said in my chat this evening. It didn't look like that person lasted very long. It was like just come in, talk smack, and then leave. Scratching in Indiana, I believe I believe you were in my other stream when I sent you the text, but you could not respond. Maybe not, but nevertheless, you did make this stream. I would have unnecessarily, I had it blocked so that you probably would not have been able to access the other stream. But restarting this one or starting this one up enabled you access to get in on my live chat. And it was appreciated that you showed up. Don't know what the word is on the reefer. I did give you a shout out earlier. Everybody, 61 people that are still watching right now. Shout out to SII, the YouTube channel. Scratching in Indiana is his YouTube channel. Go give him some love. Say hi, whatever. But yeah, this gentleman has done what he's been able to. He's unable to assist us in other manners, but he did set us up to where there's a possibility that we'll be getting a reefer trailer from people that he knows. And that's why I'm giving him a shout out, because he reached out to me through means of O2 Houston Texans. Once O2 Houston let me know, I contacted SII, and the leadership is working with that to try to figure out what we're going to do with that. But yeah, thank you for being here, SII. Much appreciated. All you guys, much appreciated. I mean, it's just what it is what it is with all you people being here and spending time. I know that we still have patriots in this country that want to be able to help what we're doing. And I'm not one to ask for donations. I don't think you guys have ever really hardly ever heard me ask for donations on my channel. It's not who I am. You guys, and Cindy or Sino, if you're in here, I'm not looking at chat right now, I'm driving down the road and it's dark. Sino, if you're in here, thank you very much for the cash app, much appreciated. Every little bit counts, and that was very, very much appreciated by you. Thank you for sending that to me. And anybody else that's interested in that, so that you know, it is in my description below, and you can do by the two means that I have listed there, as well as I believe most of my videos get monetized, and one of the things YouTube was just telling me, hold on a sec. I'm sorry, it's gonna be dark for a minute. YouTube sent me an email telling me that the only way that people are gonna know about your super stickers and super chat and this and that and this and that is if you announce it whenever you're on live, or when you're, whenever you get your videos up, whatever the case might be. And I thought to myself, whenever I read that, I was like, that's not what I do. That's not who I am. I'm not comfortable making those announcements and saying those things out loud to the people that, you're here to help. I understand that. You're here to support. I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like I've received more than necessary from the public, from you people, from the people that watch my streams. And, you guys, y'all know, the majority of y'all know that what we're doing. We the people, we're the news kind of thing. And I know that people know that it's not cheap and or free to do the things that we do, driving around, renting hotels, eating, things like that. I'm fortunate in that I was able to get a job, and I'm able to afford those things to continue this movement. I would even be willing, so much as willing to donate to the movement. I'm waiting. Well, I'm very low on cash, just so you guys, I'm not going to try to lie or smooth anything over here. I'm very low on cash, but I'm working, so I get a paycheck on the regular basis. So I'm not hurting for anything. Could I use a gimbal? Yeah. Could I use this? Yeah. Could I use that? Yeah. There's a lot of different things that I could use to enable me to continue to do the things that I'm doing. But those are things that I feel like I should be taking care of myself, not asking people to do for me or asking people to help me with. You guys, it's up to y'all to make those decisions with your support, what you can do to support, if you so choose to support, whether it be monetarily or by coming to my live stream, commenting, being a part of this, bringing up the algorithms with the people that are, that come in to, every time somebody comments, likes, and subscribes or any of that stuff, it changes the algorithms for what goes on a particular person's YouTube channel. And you guys have done that for me, and it's much appreciated. And I feel, like I said, I feel like God gives me what I need. He's not shy to give me what I need, but he gives it to me whenever it's his time, not mine. But I want to continue this fight. I want to keep fighting. This is something that has to happen. People don't understand, they think that this is going to happen overnight and it's going to be resolved and the issue's just going to go away and everything's going to go back to being the same old hunky-dory United States of America it's always been. But that's not the case. What a lot of people don't understand is that even many of you viewers that are here right now, y'all probably don't realize that this has been going on for decades, years. I'm not going to say like hundreds of years or anything like that, because we're only a couple of 100 years old as a country. But the craziness that we're experiencing in our world today has been going on for many years, and a lot of people just don't realize that. They're now starting to wake up to what it is that they're seeing happening in our government today, only because it's so bad you can't help but see it. And if you don't see it, it's because you're walking around with blinders on, because anybody knows. Why are we still talking about gas? Baby formula. Look at the things that I read something yesterday or today, something about there's a massive diesel shortage going on right now. Y'all do realize how bad that massive diesel shortage can affect this country. Uh, if trucks can't move your product, you get no product. Meaning, Walmart's shelves go bare. Not just the grocery stores. Your Walmarts, your Home Depots, your Lowe's, your everything. Your Dillard's, your Macy's. And a lot of those stores I don't associate myself with because I don't believe in the way that they have handled the things that have been going on in our country. You know, like I was talking about State Farm earlier. I mean, that's a big conglomerate, and they're in the middle of it all. They're in the middle of the nastiness of the swamp. They're pushing the same agenda that the Democrats are pushing, and even some Republicans. And I hate the fact that we're still a divided country just in the fact of being a Democrat and a Republican. But there are so many more other divisions that are going on right now that people just aren't realizing are going on. I mean, it baffles me. Tell Santa I said hi and keep the good work going, bro. Thank you, Scratching in Indiana. Thank you for being here, buddy. Much appreciated. I hadn't heard anything more in reference to the reefer. I don't know if you have any info on that. If you do, maybe send me a text. Or did anybody ever put my email in here today? Looks like I don't have any more mods in here right now. Hey, Uncle Deuce, you're back. Thank you. I said, hi, please. I'm only here for a minute. I said, I promise. Now, well, you guys said that 20 minutes ago. I'm back at my place now. And God sent Santa. You know, Marshall, Marshall Law 28. You know, some people have said, and I'm just going to say it out loud because I know I've seen it in my own stream, amongst other streams as well. A lot of people have said, you know, that Santa's not the leader that the movement needs. Well, when people make, and I don't comment like that. I mean, my first instinct is to say back to you, well, if Santa's not the person to be leading this movement, why aren't you here? You think you're better than him, that you think that you can come and lead the movement? Or do you think that there's somebody more available to come and lead the movement? Well, who's that other person that might be more available or more ready? One of the things that I have to say in reference to that, I stand wholeheartedly behind Santa right now because he is the one that wants to lead. And he has the capacity to do. He reaches people the way others don't reach people. When he speaks, people have a tendency to listen. And maybe he's not the right leader for this movement, but at the same time, he's the right leader for this movement right now. And whether or not that makes sense in any person's mind, I don't know. But to me, he is a godsend to this movement. He is the one that has the conviction in the heart, and I can see it in him whenever I hear him speak, and I can feel his energy that is displayed whenever he speaks. And Frankie Bobby can't say hi to me. I already did several times. Are you not listening? Oh, maybe I did later. Oh, that's an old comment. Sorry, my bad. It's all good. Why doesn't Frankie Bobby say hi to me? Ebri, I already did. You missed it too. I mean, what? Come on, guys. Y'all sleeping over here or what? Am I up too late with you guys? Everybody's asleep. Exactly, Ebri. He's so far behind. I know. I just caught up. I just ran it to the end. Hey, Rhonda G. How you doing? Good to see you here. Linda Lou. Hello. I know I am too, Linda. Thank you guys for being here. KB Camino. Is that a star I see or dust on my phone? It's a reflection in my back window. You're talking about that star, the one that keeps blinking now, or the one below it? Let's see. There it goes. So now I'm getting. Yeah, that's a reflection in my back window. You can't see my finger. Watch. And that would be the level. See, there's the two lights now in the back windshield. You can see it now. Yeah, I've got you turned. You're facing me. I just don't have the light on so that you can see me. Hey, Mason D. I wonder what that D stands for. Goes to the now. Santa puts his money where his mouth is. You got that right. And I feel that. I feel it whenever he speaks. I feel it whenever I'm around him. You guys, like he said, a lot of you people are not around here. You don't know exactly what's going on. You saw how I spoke about the transparency, and you guys know I've been telling you that we're still in our infancy, and there's really not much to be transparent about. I mean, you guys feel like things are being said behind your back, but not in reality. They are not. The things that are being said are the things that don't necessarily need to be told to the public. It's still the arrangements and the filling the voids. Hey, Survivor Girl 2019, fill in the voids that need to be filled so that we don't have these voids. And yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things that you guys haven't been hearing. There's a lot of things that you guys don't know. And my go-to to that would be, if you're really that interested in what's going on around here, show up. Show up. You'll come and see it firsthand. You'll see it with your own eyes. Then you'll be able to believe and understand. And you won't feel like you're being, like things are being hidden from you in secrecy. Hey, Charles Davis, how you doing? Make America Great Again. When mega people and flags were banned, it was lost. Get it right now. I know, right, Charles? How are you, nature lover? Okay. Fighting breast cancer. Hashtag fighting breast cancer. Well, I hope it's going well for you, Survivor Girl. Uh, yeah, I hope that it's going well for you. I am well. How about you? We cannot see you. I know you can't see me. Like I said, I'm sitting here in the dark. I'm parked next to my trailer. I'm about ready to go in and go to bed. I just wanted to scroll through some chat and see what you guys had to say. Gray Wolf is a great leader. He don't lie. He doesn't cry and complain. He doesn't blame other people. And good for Gray Wolf. I kind of like Ron. That's his name, right? Ron. I kind of like Ron from the day I met him. So yeah, he does seem like he's a good person. People have been talking about him. There's been some talk of things that have been said. I believe I was streaming Santa the other night when he was talking about that. I can be as good as I want to be, but the moment that I lose that being good, quote unquote, the moment that I lose that being good is the moment that I start talking badly about other people. And that's kind of what's gone on amongst some of the men that have been involved in this movement or in the convoy of late. And it's not cool. And I got nothing against the man. He didn't talk badly about me. I've got nothing against him, but I mean, when you denigrate, speak harshly, use foul language, disparage others, and things of that liking, you have a tendency to lose credibility from me. And I haven't heard any of the stuff that's been said. I don't listen to other people's live streams very often. That was an incredible waste of time. Well, if that's the way you feel, Lolo, so be it. I mean, I didn't feel like it was a waste of time. Apparently 139 people that are right now on my live stream must have not thought that it was a waste of time. So, I mean, 1 out of 141 feels like it was a waste, and I know there's more, and I know you guys are going to start throwing it out there, but whatever. Uh, the six of us enjoyed what we had here this evening. A lot of the people that were viewing earlier during that time didn't seem to think that it was a waste, as they were commenting and asking questions and doing the things that people would normally do whenever they're interested in what's going on. If you're not interested in what's going on, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. This is what we do as live streamers, and if it was a waste of time for you, well, maybe live streaming isn't your gig. I don't know what else to say. A new group for what? What do you mean a new group for what? We have become a new group. Trolls. Ozzy, oi, oi, oi. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. Hey, one and only, how you doing? Oh, and by the way, hello. Thank you for being here, Ozzy, as well as you, Survivor Girl. Linda Lou, I did tell you hi. Hey, Black Queen Latoya. I hadn't seen you. Sorry. But I see you now. Hello. How are you doing? Good evening. Good night. And hope I haven't missed too many people in here. Hey, old Uncle Bill 24. Just got here. Just saying hi. Well, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Adrian Payne. I did say your name a while ago, I believe. I think I did say hi to you. Well, if I did not, hi, Adrian Payne. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated, you guys. One and only. Just going back through my Charles Davis. Thank you all for being here. It's much appreciated. You guys are fantastic. And I'm glad that there's still some freedom fighters out here in this world. And there's still people that are interested in what's going on as we continue this fight. We're not giving up, guys. They're trying to organize with a new group. Did I miss something? I'm good, but I'm lost in the chat. What is this movement? Survivor Girl 2019. Thank you for asking the question. Okay, so a lot of us that are in this movement right now, which is the 1776 Restoration Movement, that is our name, 1776 Restoration Movement, or RM, however you want to label it. We are the people that came from the People's Convoy. Some of the people that came from the People's Convoy, not everybody, because some of the people that were with the People's Convoy from the beginning are not here now. Who we are is we are the ones that have the conviction and the feeling in our heart that we can't let this thing die. We have to continue to push forward, and we have to continue to fight for the freedoms of the country, for the freedoms of the world, for the freedoms of our children. We haven't given up. We're not going to give up. We're going to continue this fight by whatever means necessary. And right now, it is what we're doing. We're trying to, I want to say reorganize, but we haven't been organized to begin with this group. What we're trying to do is we're trying to organize the group, trying to get everything on the up and up so that we can do this fighting, convoying, traveling through cities and towns and grasping people's attentions, hoping that maybe they'll come and they'll want to join us, whether it be for a convoy, whether it be for support on the ground, helping cook, helping clean, helping, wash dishes, whatever the case might be, helping support, bringing food, so that we can continue to eat. Or the people, I've got my own place right here 20 minutes away from the campsite, from camp. And it's not a campsite, it's from where everybody's camping right now. Oh, excuse me. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to organize this whole ordeal. We're basically, necessarily people are saying 5 days old because TPC dispersed Friday of last week. Saturday, Sunday, everybody just kind of hung out there at the Speedway, and Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, something like that, some of the people had broken away from what was there, because some of the people that were there were fighters, but in the wrong way. We feel like we've kind of weeded out bad actors out of the area, so that we're not having to continue to deal with that. We got a big enough fight going on down in DC. We don't need to be fighting each other here in our base camp. A lot of that fighting was going on, and unfortunately, I saw it on the return of TPC. It made me feel bad to see what I was seeing. I didn't want to share it with you guys. I'm surprised I'm even mentioning it to you now, because I really didn't want to say anything about it. I tell people on my live streams, you know, sometimes if you don't have anything nice to say, it's just best to keep your mouth closed and say nothing at all. You guys, so that y'all know, I follow that rule in my everyday living. There's some things that I could say about people, but I choose not to. I know things about people, but it doesn't matter. I feel like if somebody wanted to be that associated with what is going on the ground every day, every minute, every hour, however you want to look at it, if you were that interested that you needed to know all that information, you would be here. It's not for me to take and to share it with you guys, because to me it just seems like it's rumors, or it's creating gossip. Gossip I despise, and I've never liked gossip in any way, shape, or form. Do I gossip? Maybe. Maybe sometimes words come out of my mouth that some things I just feel like need to be said, and so I will say them out loud, whether it's offensive or not. I've lost friends over situations like that, but you know, that's more their problem than mine. I'm comfortable with who I am and what I say, and that's why a lot of times I think to say nothing is better than to say something. I feel like if it's detrimental to another individual or that individual, I will say something. But that's who I am and the way I am. Try to stay positive at all times. Never try to take a negative stance in just about anything in life. So that's why I always say in my chat, you know, let's keep it clean, let's keep it positive, let's keep it, you know, you guys want to be here. If you want to be here, you want to be here because you want to share positivity and not be bad-mouthing others. Personally, I don't think God looks down on that as a good thing. I believe that God will judge us for everything that we do, and if we speak badly or harshly about other individuals, I mean, how's that going to make us look whenever we're presented to God to enter the kingdom of heaven? He might say, you know, hey, you know, you've been talking bad about people for many years. What do you have to say for yourself? I mean, what are you going to say? I feel like as long as I keep living my life the way I'm living my life, because I feel like it's the way God wants me living, to some extent. I'm probably not doing everything that he wants. I'm pretty sure I'm not doing everything that he wants. But at the same time, I feel like I'm doing what he wants by keeping the negativity out of my thought processes and out of my conversations and out of I'm not bad mouthing somebody to somebody else. You know, it's just who I am, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. It's who I am, the way I'll always be. I don't think that will ever change. Uh, did somebody did I miss something? I can't do anything with that. Did somebody send me something and I missed it? I don't know what it is. It's just something that popped up on the top of my screen. Hey, Drug Wolf, how you doing? How's it going? Thank you for being here. I'm sorry, Durg Wolf. Hey, John Jarvis, hello. Sue Harrison, hello. Tanya Smith, hello. Kale, hello. Cherry Dude, hello. 1776 is nothing but wanting people to give money. Santa using his personal accounts equals red flag, big time scam. Cherry Dude, if that's the way you feel, why are you here? Why are you following? I don't understand why you would come in here and say something like this. Are you just going around spamming everybody's stream with your nonsense? Just a question. Amy Film Channel, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Hello, host and to all. I'll tell you, when I drove a truck, someone would come up and talk about another person just to get you in trouble. Yeah. That's what people do, Adrian, unfortunately. Thank you, Survivor, for saying that. Jack Hair Candies Activist News Network. We understand a few days to get started, but we need to be able to verify the incorporation papers, who the members of the LLC are, and if it's a non-profit corporation or a for-profit corporation. It is an LLC, I do know that. As far as the other two, non-profit and or profit, I am unaware. If I had to say, knowing Santa, it is a non-profit corporation, because all the funds that will be taken in will be used with the movement, on the movement, towards the movement, however you want to look at that. Some of you guys, I've seen you comment and chatting about Santa. I will say this. Santa came from Adelanto. I don't know where he joined the convoy, but I know that he joined the convoy the first time they came over here, when we landed in Hagerstown March 4th. He was here the whole time. He drove back across the country to California, up through Washington, back across the northern part of the United States, all the way back to Hagerstown, now to Bunker Hill. And there are still a few people that did the exact same routes, trip, however you want to talk about it. I thought your channel was a free speech channel. It is, Brenda. But there will be no negativity in my channel. It is my channel. It's my chat. This belongs to me. If somebody wants to speak harshly or say bad things about other people, they can start their own channel and do it in their channel. They don't have to come to my channel to do it. So if that's part of not being free speech, well, so be it. It's my channel. I make the choices here, not anybody or everybody else. And that's just the way that works. Sorry, but being happy all the time is how TPC happened. Uh, that would be your opinion, Cherry Dude. I can be happy all the time. Doesn't mean that my life is all hunky-dory. It just means that I choose not to sit and revel in the negativity that's going on in my life. Hey, Tom Joyner, they that judge will be judged. So be it, Tom Joyner. Very true. Thank you. Hey, Danielle Nicole. Hello. Thank you for being here. Sue Harrison. Sue Harrison, is he going back? Has he made that decision? I know that he's been talking about it. I know that, yeah. Do not tell a truck driver. Do not tell a truck driver anything you don't want someone else to hear. LLCs don't have mission statements. It's to make a profit. Only nonprofits have mission statements. Let's get started on the right foot. And we do have a mission statement, so that makes us a nonprofit. Thanks for that comment, Jack Harrer, because he started the whole roundtable began with a mission statement this evening, in case y'all missed it. Go back to the beginning of the chat here, and you'll see that he did speak his mission statement. I will have a copy of that mission statement very soon. We're still trying to get everything put on paper, make flyers and things like that, and go into a printing shop and have everything printed out. But I do not have the mission statement in paper right now in my hand. I only heard him read it. I've heard him read it 4 times now, so yeah. It's the same statement that I've been hearing every time. I only make judgments about everyone in my life, otherwise I usually find myself in a pickle. We all judge, but there's a difference between judging somebody and speaking it out in front of everybody, as opposed to judging somebody and keeping it to yourself, because in my opinion, that's all it is your personal opinion on how you feel or what you think of that particular individual. I'm in Massachusetts. It's legal here. John Jervis. Save your chat as well as your video, please. Oh, I always do. Well, that's what he always says. Can't see anything. I know Steve French. Thank you for being here, Steve. I am currently sitting in my truck in my drive, I guess you could say. I can't put my visor down because I'm on my phone, and my phone is in my holder. So yeah, this is all you're gonna be able to see right now. That's why I've got it shut off right now, or the lights out. And I'm about ready to go in and go to bed anyway. Yeah, it's already after 11. I'm doing fine. How's Harry's third nipple doing? Thank you for commenting, Harry. I lost many jobs because of somebody starting lies and troll about me because of jealousy. That happens to a lot of people, Ellen, unfortunately. It's unfortunate how people can be jealous. And jealousy is one of the, what do they call that? Deadly sins. Yes, Tanya Smith, it is LLC. But it's an LLC nonprofit, more than likely. For toys, you can't file for a nonprofit, but also takes time before it is activated. Not to mention you have to watch what nonprofit you file under, because you can't be political under certain nonprofit. That is true, Lady Buckeye. I do know that. I don't know exactly how it's set up. I just know that it is set up as an LLC at this point. Had you guys brought this question to my attention during the meeting, during the roundtable, I would have asked the question and seen what he had to say. Maybe next time I get a chance to see him, which would be tomorrow afternoon, evening, I'll ask him the question directly myself. Might not be on live stream. It might. You never know. If I am on a live stream, he'll answer it. If I'm not on a live stream, I'll relay the information to you. TPC raced across the country on crusades. Many stops during the voyage didn't have amenities. People finally exploded on Speedway decision. John Jarvis, if you will come pick it up, I will give it to you 100% free. We have been doing this for 8 years. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's cool. Thanks for the comment there, John Jarvis. I always want to crack a joke at the most inappropriate times, and I'm probably not even funny. It's all good, Survivor Girl. Santa joined in Cambridge the first time they came through. So Santa was already part of the convoy by the time I arrived in Breezewood to meet them there and drive down to Hagerstown. So that must have been when he got in. Santa said if there's any money left over, a penny will be donated. He have organization, but I don't remember the name. Or he gave organization, but I don't remember the name. I do remember him saying something about that as well, Tanya. Thank you for bringing that up. They already have a successor charity of Things Fold. I don't understand that, Rick Rack. Can you mail it? Guess who's back? Hey, Scratching in Indiana. Hello. Help us verify that. I will. I'll get the I'll get the full details on that. Like I said, had you guys asked during the meeting, I would ask the question. But yeah, I'll try to get the full information on that so that you people can understand, or so that y'all know where it's at. Hey, Sharon GS, thank you for being here. TPC done wrong and hurt people, but you could at least give Santa a chance. Thank you, Sharon GS. That is correct. You know, everybody, humans are humans. You're all humans. Yes, Tom Joyner, Charlotte and I, we talked a lot on her live stream while she was here, and that's how I got the notoriety here to start my own channel, Tom, in case you don't know. And that's basically where my screen name comes from. Frankie Bobby is from Charlotte. So yeah, I already have 2 felonies. FrankieBobby65@yahoo.com. Please email if you want to help. It's okay if you can't. And any ideas to Frankie Bobby are much appreciated. Thank you, Summer Blossom. Thank you for putting that out there. And also, so that y'all know, that is also, I also have an email, FrankieBobby65@gmail.com. I have one Yahoo and one Gmail. You can reach me on either one. And I'm sure to respond if you do. Just like I try to respond to all chat. What's this restoration movement needs in Charlotte? Thanks, Rick Rack. I gotta say it, I'm busting and I'm not even funny. Go give the bad politicians a case of MAGA-pox to worry about. USA first. There you go, Charles Davis. That trailer fell through today. Oh no. Well, it is what it is. Hey, Sue Harrison, how you doing? That's what he said after the Senate meeting. Sharon GS, it was TPC that did the wrong. TPC definitely did the wrong. And everybody knows it. And that is very true, Ozzy. He says, wisdom comes with experience, and 1776 is wiser each day. You know, none of us have been in the position that Santa's in right now. So Joe said he's going home on Monday. It's been quite a journey, yes. Please say the chat when it goes up published. It was a great chat. It should be available after I shut down this evening. I met you when Charlotte was there. I just saw you in the round table. Great to see you again. Hey, Tom. Thank you. Tom, you're the gentleman that I met with your wife? and I can't remember her name. You came and met me over there by the grandstands. This is you, right, Tom? Well, thank you for being here. If it is, thank you for what you did. If it is, it's very much appreciated. That helped out a lot, and I greatly appreciated it, Tom. And please make sure that your wife is aware as well, if this is the person that I'm thinking that it is. I'm part of the Yogi Bear movement. We still picnic baskets. That's a good one. Hey, that's a good one, Survivor Girl. I'm still trying to get a refund. Thank you, Scratching. SI, thank you. Guys, that's why I was asking y'all to give a shout out or go over. That's why I was giving a shout out for SI and asked you guys to go over and show them some love. I hope they came over and subbed SI. I hope you got a little bit out of this. If even if it's just one, it's more than none, right? But I greatly appreciate you being here. And Araceli, hello. I hadn't seen you here yet this evening, but thank you for being here. I enjoy seeing all the return names. Rhonda G, Nature Lover, Brenda House, Survivor Girl. You're pretty much new here, but I've seen a lot of these names here in the past, and it's greatly appreciated. Envy is a deadly sin, jealousy is not. That's true. No. I'll have to look into that, KB. But I'm agreeing with you right now, unless I can prove you wrong. I agree with you. Equals great chatter. Thanks for. Yes, thank you, Freebird. Freedom, exactly. Freedom. Freedom is what we want. Picnic basket. No, that's the way Yogi always said it. When this has comments after finish, I will leave a comment for you below. Joe said he would come back, depending on the movement's growth. He has done a lot and been there and helped. Good timing while things are slow and recharging. Time at home with family and friends. R&R. Hey, Amazing 44. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing that comment to my chat. I appreciate it. It gives me insight. I know that Joe has been toying with the idea of going home. I think he's been away from home. I think he said 11 weeks now. It's probably 12 weeks, 13 weeks. I mean, I don't know exactly. But yeah, he spoke the other day, and he did say it was like 11 weeks since he's been home. And now another week has passed. So he's probably on his 12th week of being away from home. So it'd probably be good for him to go home for a little while. And like you said, recharge. Rest up and recharge. I think the 501c forced status takes a couple of months to obtain, and that is after you do the groundwork and set up the basis, which is what they're doing right now. That's why I said, chat, please. I feel like great things were discussed tonight. Thank you. Yes, Freebird, I believe so too. Hey, KMS 770p. What happened to fireworks tonight? I didn't know there were supposed to be any. Eric, hi, good to see you, brother. You saw an Eric in here? I didn't see an Eric in here. But there's an Eric in here. Thank you for being here, Eric. We apologize, Frankie. You're 100% right. You're awesome. We should have asked you during the meeting. Oh, it's not that, Jack. It's just that, you know, it would have been a good question to have, so that everybody could hear the answer to it. And I will get that information. Thank you, Freebird. Dorito Super Taco Cat. Hey Noah, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. I'm doing well, Araceli. Thank you. I'm gonna be tired in the morning, but I'm doing well. I'm fixing to shut down. I keep saying that. I've only been saying that for over an hour now, right? It's fair to say when you were born, your mother dropped you. Well, it's good to meet you, Noah. Thank you for being here. Everybody say hello to Noah. I can't start a stream. I'll make too much money. Yeah, we could only wish, right? Hey, Jane Lee, so how are you doing? What is live stream for? There was a round table earlier this evening with Santa, David Radell. We had a round table to ask questions. He gave answers. Thank you, Survivor Girl, for subbing. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's you can go back. The beginning of this chat is the round table. I've just I drove home and I've been on sitting here in my driveway chatting with you guys, reading chat and talking to y'all. Hey Frankie, do you remember Charlotte from Canada? Of course I do. That's when I met you. That's when you started your new job. I sub you, my friend. Thank you, Tom Joyner. Yeah, okay. So that's when you met me, was here towards the end. Okay, that's cool. Thank you for being here, Tom. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate all you guys being here. Without y'all, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing. Good night. This old vet has to go to sleep. Keep the freedom we fought for. Good night. Thank you, Charles Davis. Thank you for being here, and good night. I'm Liam. Okay, generally so. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. I believe this is your first time here. Hey, Suzanne. How you doing? Shar just gave you a shout out the other day in her food videos. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for letting me know, Suzanne. I think I know why I haven't gotten any notifications for them, for Zot or Charlotte. That's kind of strange. I'm gonna have to look into that. Much love for Uncle Deuce. Yes. Robert Go, yeah, they do call me the Deuce. I do wish people would verify all charities with such scrutiny other than the pretty fundraisers and TV ads back. Those are the worst, like 1% dons. Actually get to the cause. Give this a chance. Thank you, Amazing 44. That was a very good comment. You click on your name on the message and it says remove messages. You should work on thumb exercises. I do them every morning. I'm here to try to say hello when I catch you live. Well, thank you, Araceli. It's much appreciated when you do show up. I appreciate it. Like I said, every time any of you guys that I recognize. Hey, Martin, how you doing? Good to see you here. I know it's probably very early in the morning for you right now, right? Because it's pretty late at night for me. I heard some rumors and stuff, making food, some maybe miss sound and chat now and then. Maybe we can get to that at a later moment, Martin, because I'm about ready to shut down. Getting ready for the monkeypox. These people are evil. You got that right, Araceli. These people just don't know when to stop. And that craziness that they created down there in Uvalde yesterday was just insane. I can't believe they're actually going after our young children now. They were doing the high schools, now they're doing grade schools. This just doesn't make sense to me. I wish it would just stop. Hey, El Gio, how you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you for being here, one and only. Thank you. The American people in Thesis Streams financially supported the convoy movement streamers. We believe the streamers tell us the honest truth. Some streamers were not honest with us. There are those that were that way, one and only, and I don't know what to say about it, but a lot of the people that are here in my chat this evening can testify to the fact that I try to keep it as real as possible in here, and I try to share all the information that I get. Some things can't be shared due to security and or safety reasons. Those things I won't share, but I try to be as transparent on my live stream as much as possible. So I'm sorry that others have done people wrong. It's kind of like the same scenario with those that are still part of this movement now. You have to think about all the people that got done wrong from TPC. And it's unfortunate that TPC did what they did, but we kind of, in a roundabout way, we kind of saw that coming from a mile away. I watched through your stream. Thank you for streaming. You are a hero. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you very much. Good night, Frankie. Yes, that was me and my wife, Kathy. It was you. See, I thought it was you. And yes, Kathy was her name. I do remember now. And Tom and Kathy, thank y'all very much. That was greatly appreciated. Indatus is not in here, but Indatus was another one that had supported me well, and I appreciate it. You guys are phenomenal. Very much appreciated, guys. The videos are always kept up on Sharzan, so maybe I should delete this notification. Or shadow banned. That's a possibility. Everybody give a shout out to Tom Joyner. He and his wife were kind enough to come out and support me when they met me, and that was really cool of them. It was very much appreciated. At that time in life, I was not doing well financially, and Tom and Kathy were kind enough to share a little bit of what they have with me, and I'll never forget it. That's who I thought you were, Tom, whenever I saw your name in here, but I wasn't sure, and you just verified it, so thank you, Tom, and Kathy, of course. Heard you. What is the view? Yes, it's early morning, 5:30. Yeah, it's 11:30 here, midnight, close to midnight. So yeah, you're like 6 hours ahead of me. He's over in Norway. Norway, right, Martin? Norway. Yeah, I think it's Norway. All right, guys. Well, doesn't seem like I'm going to catch up the chat because you guys keep. Oh, maybe I just did. There you go, Ebri. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go. Y'all have a good night. Sweet dreams. And we'll see y'all tomorrow evening whenever I get over to the base camp over in Bunker Hill. Oh, and anybody that is in the area and wants to come and associate on Saturday, we're having a big rally. The address is 12828 Winchester Avenue, Bunker Hill, West Virginia. That's 12828 Winchester Avenue, Bunker Hill, West Virginia. We're right on the edge of I-81 and Route 11, right at the West Virginia border. So you guys come out, support us on Saturday. Y'all kind of get an idea of what it is that we have going on. There'll be speakers, I'm sure. You never know, I might wind up being one of those speakers if they need something. So yeah, maybe y'all can hear a little bit. Hey, Harley Davidson, how you doing? Thank you for the comment, Harley. Good night, guys. Y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Good night.